Hi, everyone. We're going to get started soon. Just take some time to get yourself situated and settled. And if you have any questions or concerns, please put them into the chat, and I'd be happy to address those before we're officially in the bulk of class. All right, I see somebody's tuning in, so that's good. Let's just give people some time to trickle in. So if you're just tuning in, my name is Jacqueline. This is yoga. It's open to all levels. If you have any questions or concerns, please put them into the chat. I'd be happy to address them. So it could be anything from a basic question about the practice, or if you have something in particular going on with your body that you're not sure how to manage and you want to ask ahead of time so that you can be prepared for whenever it might come up, then please put that into the comments. Let me know. I'm happy to help. And yeah, if you're brand new to the practice, that's okay. This is beginner friendly. We all do the best that we can. And of course, if there are any issues with being able to hear me or anything like that, please let me know. Some of you who have been taking class regularly with me know that I've been struggling, for lack of a better word, with figuring out the best lighting. And I hope that this setup today is good. I know it's a bit busier because there's more furniture in the frame, but I hope that this lighting is good and that you're able to see me. So again, I appreciate your feedback, and thanks to everybody who has given me that helpful feedback. It's really good to know. And yeah, so again, I'm just gonna give us maybe a couple more minutes. It's one of those, I think, slower mornings. So just kind of ease yourself in. And if you have any questions, don't be shy. Please ask. It's not, there's nothing attached to it. So don't feel that it's a bad question, right? There are no wrong questions here. If you've got a concern, I want to know about it so that I can help you so that you can feel comfortable in the class. okay. So we might as well go ahead and get started. So again, my name is Jacqueline. This is yoga, and this class is open to all levels. It is essentially a multi-level class, being that if you're new, this class is accessible, or if you've been practicing for a long time, you're still gonna find ways in which you can challenge yourself if that is something that you're looking for. Be kind to your body, that is really important. If anything legitimately hurts, you want to make sure you back off from that, please. And throughout class, if a question comes up, please feel free to ask. I can see when comments roll through. So if you have a question about something we're doing, I want you to feel comfortable asking me, and I want to be able to bring as much understanding as possible to you so that you can continue to feel confident in rolling out your mat each and every week. I also want to take the time to thank the Somerset County Library System of New Jersey for allowing this class to continue for this month. And I appreciate everybody who has provided some good feedback. And if you have not yet done so and you want to share some positive feedback about this program, please make sure that you fill out either the survey that I believe is available, or you just reach out to somebody from the library. Let them know what you think about the programming. It's very helpful to get information like that so that programs that are well received can continue. So thank you again for the opportunity and for allowing me to guide you in your practice. Can't remember if there's something I'm forgetting to say. I think that's everything. So, all right, let's find ourselves in a nice, comfortable, cross-legged seated position. Spine is long, shoulders back, head back, and gently close your eyes. Relax the face muscles. Unclench the teeth and keep the tongue away from the roof of the mouth. And allow the mind to quiet. Bring your attention and your focus to your breath. Very gently, without much added effort, begin to deepen the breath and move into diaphragmatic or belly breathing. So as you inhale, feel the belly rise and expand. And as you exhale, the belly button draws back toward the spine. Inhale, the belly rises and expands. And exhale, belly button draws back. It's comfortable on your next inhale. Draw the breath up a little higher. The belly rises and expands, and the mid-chest and the ribs expand. And you exhale from the mid-chest. Belly button draws back. And if it's comfortable on your next inhale, draw the breath up even higher, moving into the full 3-part yogic breath. Belly rises and expands, then the mid-chest, then all the way up into the upper chest, just underneath the collarbones. And you exhale from the collarbones down into the mid-chest, belly button draws back. So wherever you are with your breathing, just making sure that it's full and smooth. Two more breaths. After your second exhale, allow the breathing to return to normal. The mind stays calm, the face relaxed. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. Take a nice breath in. Exhale, let it all the way out. And turn the eyes down toward the heart. Release the hands. Gently flicker the eyes open. Bring the head up to center. And let's take the legs and extend them out in front. And gently rub the hips and knees. Circle the ankles in both directions. Point the toes and flex the feet. Point, flex, one at a time. Good, let's come to tabletop position. So hands and knees. You want to bring the hands shoulder width, maybe mat width distance apart. Spread the fingers, try to get equal distance between the fingers. Elbow creases of the arms face each other. The back is nice and flat. Abdominal muscles are engaged here. And go ahead and tuck the toes under so you have a little more power and more stability. Hug in toward the center. Keep the head in line with the spine and connect to the breath. And then from here, we'll move into cat and cow to warm up the spine. So as you inhale, the belly lowers, tailbone lifts, head comes forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone round the back and look back at your thighs. Inhale, belly lowers, tailbone lifts, head comes forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone around the back and look back at your thighs. So continue with this, take it at your own pace, move with your breath. And also use this time, if anybody has any questions or concerns, take this time now to post that into the chat and I will be sure to address that before we start moving into our sun salutations. So you want to allow the breath to guide the movement. And take two more nice full cat and cows. On your second exhale, when your back is rounded, come back to that flat back position in tabletop. When you're back in tabletop, check in with your foundation. Just see if anything changed, make whatever adjustments you need to. From here, go ahead and take a step back with the knees and begin to angle the body back. So shoulders move behind the wrists, hips come over the knees. Call more attention into the hands, really root down. Allow the knees to rise up off the mat a little bit. Do the action of feet dragging toward each other. Knees stay in line with ankles. Press stronger into the hands as though you were trying to push the mat out from underneath you. And slowly lift the hips, straighten or go towards straight with the legs, downward facing dog, and you breathe here. Now, if the backs of the legs are tight, you may take the feet wider. You can also practice the pose with bent knees. So this is really good to do if you've got very tight hamstrings. And if you're fairly comfortable in the pose, you can gently walk the dog. So bend one knee, lower the opposite heel, and then go nice and slow. Allow for a gentle lengthening. And continue with that. I saw a comment pop up, so I'm just going to check. Okay. And if you're walking the dog, return to center and stillness. Take a quick peek back at the feet. Make sure they're facing straight forward. Heels hidden behind toes, head in line with spine. From here, let's walk the feet forward and come to Uttanasana, standing forward fold. So hips are over the knees over ankles. There should be equal weight through the feet. Now, your fingertips lightly touch either on your own legs, on a yoga block or blocks, or something that can substitute for that. So that could be books, or box or hamstring flexibility, or you're maybe lightly touching the floor. Inhale and lengthen the center of the chest. So this idea that you're drawing your heart kind of forward, and exhale, gently fold. This doesn't have to be a huge movement. Inhale and lengthen, and exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Press through the feet, bring hands to hip creases, elbows, shoulders, and head lift. Inhale, come up to Tadasana, standing mountain pose. So I want to address the comment that came through. I will post my yoga Facebook page in the chat after class is finished. So yeah, I do have a yoga Facebook page, so I will let you know what that is so that you can check that out. Thanks for letting me know. So Tadasana, standing mountain pose. You're going to root down through the feet. Knees are soft. Shins hug toward each other. Tailbone draws down. Shoulders up and back. Rib cage in. Palms out. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, the arms gently lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, arms lower. Inhale and lift. Exhale, strong legs, long spine as you fold forward. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and fold. Bend the knees, hands next to feet. The left leg steps back, lower the knee down. So we're in a low lunge on the right. Right knee directly over the ankle. Front foot, back knee are doing the action of dragging toward each other. If you need to incorporate your blocks or boxes under your fingers, please do that. Or if necessary, you may climb up onto your thigh. Although I do encourage, if you're able to root your fingers onto something, that you go for that. From here, we step back to plank. So in plank, just like tabletop, elbow creases of the arms face each other. There's a lift to the belly, a slight lift to the legs. Gently lower the knees. So keep all the strength through your core. Keep your arms straight but not locked. Take your plank and move it forward. Now, bend the elbows, lower chin and chest. Belly stays lifted, elbows hug in. Come all the way down, untuck the toes, and slide forward, up, and back to a low or baby cobra. And then tuck the toes, press back to downward facing dog, and you breathe here. Now, step the left foot forward between the hands. Help it if it gets stuck. Right knee comes down, so we're in a low lunge now on the left. Left knee over ankle, and front foot, back knee dragging toward each other, shoulders draw back. And step back to plank. Knees gently lower. Everything stays strong. Move your body forward, and then elbows bend, elbows hug in as you lower chin and chest. Come all the way down, untuck the toes, and slide forward, up and back to cobra. You're pressing through your feet. You lengthen the tailbone. Keep head in line with spine. Tuck the toes. Press back, downward facing dog, and you breathe here. Walk the feet forward, coming to Uttanasana, standing forward fold. So again, hips are over knees, knees over ankles. Keep the knees soft. Inhale and lengthen the center of the chest. Exhale and gently fold. Press strongly through the feet. Bring the hands to the hip creases, elbows, shoulders, and head lift. Inhale and come up, reach the arms. Exhale, arms lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, strong legs, long spine, fold forward. Inhale and lengthen. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees, hands next to feet, left leg steps back. This time, keep the knee lifted. Right knee directly over ankle, feet drag toward each other, back thigh presses up and back. Gaze forward, abs strong, step back to plank. Now, you might feel comfortable practicing plank with your knees up, or you can, like we did before, put the knees down. Let's say plank and lowering is just out of the question. You instead can take a couple rounds of cat-cow as an alternative to the plank chaturanga sequence. Otherwise, knees down or up. For chaturanga, we always move forward. With knees up, we don't lower in pieces, we lower everything together. Come to a strong cobra, press through the feet, and press back, downward facing dog, and you breathe here. Step left foot forward between the hands, right knee stays lifted, back thigh presses up and back, feet drag toward each other, shoulders back. Heart is open. And step back to plank. Create a lightness in your plank. This idea, not that you're sinking into the floor, you're lifted up off of it. Knees down or up, chaturanga, move forward first, elbows hug in, and come to your cobra, press through the feet, lengthen the tailbone, shoulders away, press back, downward facing dog, and you breathe here. Smooth inhale, smooth exhale. Now, from here, step the right foot forward between the hands. Left heel spins down and rise up to warrior two. So, right knees at 90 degrees, the feet drag toward each other, shoulders soft, and there's energy through the fingertips. Focus the breath. One more inhale. Exhale, come down, step back to downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel spins down, come up to warrior two. Left knee 90 degrees, tracking to the left. Shoulders soften away from the ears. Strength throughout the arms. One more breath. Exhale, come down, step back to plank. Or you can skip this, knees down or up if you so choose. Chaturanga, take your time. Coming to cobra. Really draw the shoulders back. The height of your cobra doesn't matter. Press back, downward facing dog. Breathing here. Smooth inhale and smooth exhale. We step right foot forward between hands. Left heel spins down. Parsvakonasana, extended side angle. So you're going to bring your right forearm lightly, not a significant lean, onto the top of the thigh. So the legs are the same as warrior two. Your right hand is active like you're holding a tray. Left hand can stay at the hip crease, drawing the shoulder back. Or reach the arm, plug the shoulder, and slide it overhead. And you breathe here. Create space. Find length. One more breath. Exhale, come down and step back, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel spins down. Parsvakonasana, same legs as warrior two, remember. And again, see how I'm lengthened, but I'm not even touching my leg yet? Recruit your abdominal strength in order to make this happen so that you don't push onto your thigh, which will make you crush into your hip. And then this is really gonna stress your hip flexor out a lot. So we don't want to do that, okay? So light touch, hand is active, both legs are strong, abs are on, maybe right arm forward, plug the shoulder and slide it overhead, maybe not, all right? Breathe. Good, one more breath and come down, step back to plank or not. Remember, you can skip. From here, knees down or up, chaturanga, move forward first. See how far forward I move? This helps protect my shoulders as I bend. Now come to your cobra, draw the shoulders even further back and press back. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Smooth inhale, smooth exhale. Right foot steps forward between the hands. Left heel spins down. Now, slowly begin to straighten, but don't lock your right knee. Opening your body up, and if need be, rising very high. It doesn't matter if you come way up to triangle pose or trikonasana. Your right foot's planted evenly. Knee is soft. Muscles above the kneecap are engaged to help track the kneecap to the right. Strong legs. And just like warrior two, it's facing toward the side, right? Because technically the front is where your right toes are pointing. And your abdominals are engaged, your hips are open. One more breath here. And exhale, come down, step back to downward facing dog. Bring left foot forward between hands. So help it if it gets stuck. Then spin the right heel down, toes forward or slightly on an angle. Begin to straighten, but don't lock your left knee, allowing yourself to unfurl into your triangle pose. So what do you got going on here? Your left foot should be straight and evenly planted. Your knee is straight. This implies a micro bend. That's the undetectable bend to protect the knee joint. Then your muscles, the front of the thigh, are working. You've got your abs on, and you are long and strong here. You might be way up, or you might be lower. Right arm can always relax here. Well, not fully relaxed, drawing the shoulder back, or if you're able, the arm extends. Breathe. One more breath. Exhale, come down, step back to plank. Knees down or up, chaturanga, elbows hug in. Come to your cobra. Press through the feet and press back. Downward facing dog, breathe. And let's bend the knees, puff up in the lower. Look up toward the head. You can, or maybe try to take a jump or a little hop forward fold. You'll never know until you try. So if you're curious, go for it. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Press through the feet, bring hands to the hips. Inhale and rise up. Draw the arms up. And exhale. Arms gently lower. So let's work a bit on balance. So you're going to root strongly through your right foot. Your leg is straight, not locked. Go ahead and lift your left heel. Now, for those of you who struggle with balance, you can just cross your left foot over the right and stay on your toes and be there. You can incorporate a block. So imagine I had a block under my toe, right? So I was still touching on something, but it just gave me that lift. Or, friends, you're crossing your left ankle just below or just above your right knee, and you're pushing your left knee open. Your left foot is flexed. Your right leg is straight but not locked. Tailbone draws down, ribs in, shoulders back. Maybe hands come in front of heart, maybe not. Focus your breath. Find something to stare at that's not moving, preferably. Breathe. For more challenge, you can play with taking your arms further away, but we keep shoulders away from ears. One more breath. Exhale, gently release. Take your time to set up the other side. Root through the left foot. Left leg is straight but not locked. Lift the right heel. Maybe you keep the toes grounded. Or maybe you rise just below or just above the knee. Flex the foot. Encourage the knee to open. Shoulders back. And again, maybe hands in front of heart for a bit. Or keeping the hands down. Smooth breaths. Maybe taking the arms further away for a little more challenge. Keep breathing. Find that stability. One more breath. Exhale, gently lower. Shake out the legs, circle the ankles. All right, let's find the top of the mat if you're not already there. Root down. Inhale, draw the arms up. Exhale, long spine as you fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees, hands next to feet, and step back to downward facing dog, and you breathe here. Checking in with the breath. And then let's come to hands and knees. So from here, allow your left hand to move a little bit closer toward the center. And you're going to take your elbow crease and make sure it's facing forward. So unlike normal table, where we have the elbow creases facing each other, your left elbow crease is going to turn forward. Please note this has nothing to do with you spinning your fingers out. Your hand is still straight. Now take your left foot and move it back behind you. As you step your right leg straight, you stack your hips. Dig your shoulder blade back. Don't let it come here, right? Very dangerous. Set it back. Push the floor away. And maybe lift your right arm. So this is a variation on side plank. Everything's kind of in line. Wrist, knee, ankle, right? And your hips are stacking. And you breathe. You can look up, forward, or down at your left hand. Feel lifted up and out of the shoulder, not sinking into the wrist, not crushing your shoulder by drawing it forward, but everything's rooted. Then look down, gently place your right hand, and we'll do the other side. So now your right hand can come a little bit center, but the fingers are, or the hand is straight, maybe fingers slightly out. Elbow crease of the arm turns forward. Step your right foot back behind you like a kickstand. As you extend the left leg, stack the hips, and open up. Look down, gently place the hand down, reset your table. All right, let's do that again. Left hand comes center, elbow crease turns, step the left foot back, stack the hips, open up. So you can stay here if you'd like, or maybe try lifting the right leg. Easier said than done. I know it looks like it should come up easily, but it's not always that easy. And you breathe. And look down gently. Release. Other side. So again, lifting the legs, just an option. Plant the right hand, set the arm, don't lock out, don't push the elbow crease forward, right foot steps behind, left extends. You can stay here or lift the left leg. Flex the foot like you're gonna kick down a door. And look down and gently release. And we'll come into a child's pose, sit back onto the heels, come up onto your fingertips, and you breathe. Good, and come forward. So we're gonna try for a dolphin pose. So this is essentially, you're gonna think downward dog in terms of what you do with your lower body, but it's not gonna feel like downward dog at all. It's very restrictive, but very powerful. So you're gonna place your forearms down with your palms flat, and see how I've got my wrist, elbow, and shoulder, they're all in a line, meaning I didn't turn my hands in, and I am not allowing my elbows to open toward the sides of my mat, but rather they're staying in line with my wrists. Now, from here, you're going to slowly lift the hips and push back, thinking like downward dog with your legs. You might need to bend your knees. Like I said, this is very restrictive. Please notice that my head is not on the floor. And you breathe here. Relax the face. This is a pretty intense pose. Slowly lower the knees down and take a child's pose. All right, now just come up for a moment, maybe just look over at me. So like I said, restricted. So you might really be feeling it very much. A lot of work happening in the shoulder area. And you might feel like everything's really tight up by the top part of the ribs. This is all normal, right? But what you want to try to do is manage yourself. So we don't want the pose to be so tight that we can't breathe or that things really start to hurt. We don't want to be there. But let's say you're fairly comfortable. What you can then do is go a little bit deeper. How we do that is we will take maybe a baby step. And I mean, it's not even a step. It is like a little creep, 1 foot at a time in, and then the chest has to go further back. So what you're basically doing or thinking about doing is shortening your stance. But for every step that you take, the chest has to draw back. What do I mean by that? I mean that if you set your dolphin and you're feeling like you want more, you would step in a little bit and then chest goes back. Then you would assess. If you still want more, you would go again, step in a little bit, chest goes back until you can't anymore. You also want to be able to manage it and hold it. And then, friends, this is important. When you're going to leave the pose, you have to walk your feet back, then come down. And this is why I say it's important that you check in, because you need to make sure that you don't take it to a level where all of a sudden, in an instant, it becomes apparent you cannot maintain the posture, okay? So do this slowly. And again, if it's not something that appeals to you, just work on your regular dolphin, and you can do it with bent knees. Just like this, right? Nothing wrong with this. This is a tough pose for a lot of us. This pose, though, really helps to improve posture because it's going to strengthen the shoulders. It's going to make you more aware of what's going on up here. If it's not working for you at all, please don't worry. You can practice your downward facing dog instead, okay? So don't worry about that. And if you have any questions about this, feel free to ask me. So we're going to play with it a little bit. So you can just kind of come in and out of the dolphin as you please, or you can work on endurance. So really testing the endurance of the shoulders by holding the pose for a long time. Or you can creep in, sort of just exploring, going deeper. But your spine staying long is always important. At no point do you want to round, okay? It's very intense for the backs of the legs. Breathe. Remember, when you're gonna exit, walk the feet back first. Slowly come down. We never want to collapse. You can always take a child's pose in between, or you can just hang out in hands and knees. So continue to play with this, but let's say if you're wanting a little bit more, we can play with lifting a leg, all right? So it's just similar to a three-legged dog. So from your dolphin, whether or not you walk in, and don't walk in too much, you can extend a leg, kind of hold, keep your hips square. Notice I didn't open my hips. And then you can do the other leg. So feel free to try that if you want. Just play with it and have that playful sense about it. This sort of, this exploration. You're just seeing. You're just checking to see what is available to you. And it's with a light heart that you're doing this. Maybe a couple more. And then when you're ready, you're gonna find yourself in a child's pose. And feel free to let your arms come up at your sides, fully relaxing the shoulders here. Rare occasion where I'm actually telling you can let your shoulder blades come apart. And then very slowly bring hands underneath the shoulders. Press yourself up. Let's come forward to either hands and knees or plank position. So tabletop or plank. Take a breath here. And then let's come to the stomach. So chaturanga or not, to bring yourself all the way down. Lengthen the legs back behind you. Forehead down. We're prepping for a Bhujangasana, cobra pose. Slide the hands back. Fingertips in line with center of chest. Squeeze shoulder blades like you're going to hold a pencil right between them. Press through the feet, lengthen the tailbone, engage, squeeze that pencil, and slowly rise. Remember, it's not really about pushing through your hands. It's about feeling the strength through your back. Notice the breath. Slowly lower. So the stronger you press down through your feet and the more you lengthen your tailbone, the stronger you are setting your back up. So then with that repeated practice, you will increase your flexibility by having increased the stability that you can maintain in your back extensors. So feet press, tailbone lengthen, shoulders away, and we rise. Tuck the chin. Breathe. If you can't breathe, that's not a good sign. Slowly lower. We'll do one more like that. Press through the feet, lengthen the tailbone, squeeze the shoulder blades, heart surges forward. Slowly lower, make a pillow with the hands, and breathe smoothly. Turn over, come onto your back. Bring the feet flat. And the feet should be facing straight forward, and they should be about sit bone width distance apart. That's like 2 fist width. Back of the head presses into the mat, creating space between the chin and chest. Bend the elbows so your palms face each other, fingertips up toward the ceiling. Now, press through the feet, root through the shoulders, press into the back of the head. Inhale and gently lift the hips up for a bridge pose or Setubandha Sarvandasana. Knees stay in line with the ankles, hips rise up, more energy onto the shoulders, and you keep your neck long. Slowly lower down. So we'll do that again. Press through the feet, root through the shoulders. Inhale, the hips rise. Keep chin away from chest. Allow the energy to spill onto your shoulders. And maybe lift your heels if you want to go a little bit deeper, but please make sure your hips rise up even higher. Keep breathing. And slowly lower down. Now, if available, you can take your arms and extend them. But here's the thing, you need to feel that your arms are grounded. If they can't touch the floor, then maybe try for going out shoulder height. Or again, you can just reset the same exact way you were before. But this is going to get into the shoulders a little bit if you want. But again, you should feel very secure. And also be mindful that the shoulders don't shrug up toward the ears. So we'll press through the feet and inhale, the hips come up. And breathe smoothly, just noticing the difference. If you chose to do something different with your arms, maybe lifting the heels. And then very slowly release. Keep your arms extended or bring them up and over. If they weren't extended, straighten the legs, point the toes. Flex the feet, interlace the hands, press out through the palms. And gently release, bend the knees, bring the feet flat, and then cross your right ankle over your left knee, flex the foot. So this is similar to what we did for our balance pose, except now we're lying down, and the focus is not so much on, or rather it's not on balance, but now the focus is to open up the hip. Relax the face. Check in with the breath. If you want more, you can lift the ball of your left foot up off the floor. Keep the heel down. Keep breathing. Encourage your right knee away from your face. Maybe you close your eyes. One more breath. And gently release. And then you'll cross left ankle over right knee, flex the foot, push the knee open. If it's comfortable for you, lift the ball of the right foot up. One more breath. And gently release. If you'd like, take another full body stretch. And then take your time to turn yourself over and visit a child's pose or downward facing dog. Returning length to the spine. And then come to a seated position. Extend your left leg out and bend your right knee. Then anchor your right, then left sit bone. So we always anchor the bent side first. Left leg is strong, so heel presses down, foot is flexed. Fingertips come alongside. Draw your right arm up, turn towards the foot, and as you exhale, gently lengthen forward. When you can't go anymore, honor that and just allow the hand to relax. There's no destination. Never did anybody say anything about getting to the foot, right? That wasn't mentioned. It was lengthen, and when you find your stopping point, you stop. Now, if you keep your legs strong, you commit to that energy, over time, you will start to develop longer hamstrings. And then your fold will be deeper. Maybe close your eyes, especially if you're very caught up with how deep you are. Who cares? That doesn't matter. It's not about that, right? What is it about? Integrity of the posture. So that means that everything and everybody in terms of this leg is safe. Your spine stays long, right? And you're allowing the breath to flow. It's not going to get caught somewhere like a kink in a hose. Or a knot in a hose. Press down through the leg, inhale and come up, and we're gonna switch. Extend the right leg, bend the left knee, anchor the left and the right side. Use this opportunity to actually imagine yourself getting taller. Can you keep this length as you draw the left arm up, turn toward the foot, keep the length as you come into the fold, and then just allow the left hand to relax. On the inside, on or across the leg, back shoulder, draw it back. Head, back. Spine, long, and right leg is energized. Are you breathing? Or is everything feeling tight? Can you give yourself more room to breathe? What does your body need? We have to acknowledge that a lot of the times, what the body needs and what we, the person, want are not always the same. And we need to be prepared to let go of that want, that desire, to respect and honor the reality of what is and to prioritize needs over wants. Press through the leg, inhale and slowly come up. Lift your left knee, foot flat. Now, you can keep it on the inside of your right leg. If your left butt cheek doesn't come off the floor, you may cross the foot over. Please make sure the foot is flat and big toe grounded. If it's not, you can try to slide the foot forward and see if that helps. Right leg is strong, left hand comes behind and your arm straight, and you use your arm essentially like a second spine. Draw the right arm up. Now from the belly button, begin to initiate the twist. Your elbow can come across, that's gonna be 1 degree of tightness, or you can hug the knee, that's gonna be a little more stable, and you can play with leverage a little bit stronger, and you twist. We do not hold the breath or force anything. We also do not lean back. Good. Inhale, center, exhale, release. Bend the right knee, option, foot on the inside, foot across, check in with your seat. Big toe, left leg strong, right arm behind. Inhale. From the belly button, initiate. Stay tall. Inhale, center, exhale, release. We're gonna come down onto the back. You can lower yourself very slowly if you want a little extra abdominal strengthening, or you just bring yourself down. Once you're down, lift the knees straight up over hips, hands to knees, push the knees away so your arms straighten. You find yourself grounded at the back of the pelvis. What does this mean? You should feel how your lower back is not touching the mat. Separate feet and knees a little wider. If it's comfortable, you can gently rock side to side, giving yourself a pelvic massage. As you rock, if you are rocking, you're protecting the low back because you're not rocking across your back, but across the back of the pelvis. Not everybody likes this too, so you can stay still. And then return to stillness. Inhale, hug the knees in. Exhale, lower the feet down. And if it's comfortable, take the legs, extend them, allow the feet to find opposite corners of the mat. Arms at your sides, palms up, close your eyes. As we move into Shavasana, final relaxation. Allow the front of your body to melt down into the back of your body. The back of your body melts down into the floor. Release any tension you might be holding in any part of your body. And give yourself permission to completely relax. slowly and gently allow the breath to become deeper. Begin to wiggle the fingers and toes. Let the legs come together. Bend one knee up and then the other. With an exhale, gently roll over onto your right side. Allow the left arm to cross over the body and just pause here for a moment. You can use your right arm as a pillow. You will never be happy if you continue to search for what happiness consists of. You will never live if you are looking for the meaning of life. Using the support of the arm and hand, gently press yourself up and come into a cross-legged seated position, eyes closed, face soft, spine tall. Bring the hands together in front of the heart. Lift the heart up to the hands. On our next exhale, I invite you to join me in sealing this morning's practice with one sound of Om. Breathe in. May you be safe, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be at ease. And from my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. Again, my name is Jacqueline. If you have any questions, please don't be shy. Put them into the chat. I will also leave my yoga Facebook page for you to check out if you're interested. And you can also message me there if you maybe later in the week think of something that you wanted to ask. And I do hope to catch you in class again next week. And please feel free to share this with friends and family. Let them know that it's open to anybody. So if you like this class and want to share and spread the love, definitely do that and encourage people to join you for class. So thank you again. Have a wonderful day. I will leave the video running for about 2 minutes. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to go over anything. Thank you all. So here's my Facebook. Again, any questions or anything, comments, concerns, feel free to put them in the chat and we'll leave the video up for a minute. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad. Thank you. The Facebook page that's just me. That's my yoga Facebook page. So not affiliated with the library. So if you just go into Facebook, you type Yoga with Jacqueline, that page should pop up and then you can like the page and you can follow the page. Let me know if you have any more questions about that. No worries. Yeah, I'm logged in as like the library to stream this class, and then if you just are interested in any more information or more yoga related stuff or anything like that. Yeah. So I stream as the library through the channel, but if you again wanted to reach out to me that in another way, sending me a message or something like that, or if you wanted to follow my yoga life, then you can check out my yoga Facebook page. I hope that clears that up. Sorry if I wasn't clear about that. Awesome. Yay, thank you.